film opens with a young girl named Melanie. Melanie is locked inside a room. Suddenly, she hears the sound of soldiers' boots approaching. She quickly moves to sit in a wheelchair, already inside the room.
Good morning, Private Devani.
Moments later, two soldiers enter. One carefully straps Melanie into the wheelchair with tight restraints. Then she's taken out of the room. Outside, we see many other kids being escorted by soldiers toward a classroom. This is actually a military base where these children are kept under strict supervision.
Morning, class.
Good morning, Miss Justina.
The teacher is assigned there to educate them. Melanie stands out as an exceptionally bright, sharp student, the teacher's favorite. After lessons, the kids are sent back to their rooms. On the surface, these kids seem normal, but the truth is very different.
Good night, Private Dylan. Good night, Private Devani.
Yes, sweet dreams, Cujo.
Tonight, when they're served meals, their food contains insects, and shockingly, the children eat them eagerly. The next day in class, the teacher announces a creative writing activity and asks, "Who wants to share their story?" Melanie eagerly raises her hand. "I do." As she begins to tell her story, the teacher is visibly moved by Melanie's imagination and depth. Emotionally, the teacher approaches and gently places a hand on Melanie's head. Suddenly, a sergeant storms in, clearly furious. He demands, "Did you touch her face?" The teacher replies, "No, just her head." The sergeant snaps. "Do you realize how dangerous that is?" He says, "Let me show you something." The sergeant rubs a special cream onto his hands, a substance that masks human scent from the children. Then he wipes it off and approaches one of the kids. Immediately, the child reacts violently, teeth chattering, body tense, like they're about to attack. Every child in the classroom reacts the same way.
Stop it!
The sergeant quickly reapplies the cream to himself, and the children are sent back to their rooms. That night, as the teacher walks past the children's cells, she notices Melanie is still tied to her wheelchair. No soldier has come to release her. The teacher calls out but gets no response. With no choice, she enters Melanie's cell and begins to untie her. As the teacher works, Melanie grows restless due to the teacher's natural scent. She struggles to control herself but suddenly loses it. Alarmed, she says, "Please leave. I don't want you here." Then she attacks the teacher. The terrified teacher barely escapes, slamming the door behind her. She immediately applies the special cream to her skin and face to mask her scent. The next day, soldiers come again for Melanie. This time, instead of taking her to class, they take her outside. There, behind a tall fence, is a massive crowd of zombies. The military fires continuously to hold them back. This is the world after a parasitic fungus outbreak. The infected have lost all ability to think or reason. Anyone bitten or infected becomes a zombie. Melanie is taken to a secret laboratory. There, she sees a glass jar with a preserved human brain labeled number 13. It belonged to a child who once studied alongside Melanie, but has since vanished. Melanie realizes this child was a victim of cruel experiments and likely died. Just then, a doctor injects Melanie with a sedative, and she slowly drifts toward unconsciousness. As the doctor prepares to continue, the teacher bursts in holding a gas canister. She stands firm and says, "Doctor, you will not hurt Melanie."
Security detail.
Soldiers arrive and restrain the teacher. The doctor calmly explains, "I've considered everything you're thinking many times. My goal is to develop a vaccine, a cure to save humanity. But you refuse to understand." The soldiers forcibly remove the teacher. Suddenly, a zombie attacks the doctor's assistant, biting her. The assistant rapidly turns into a zombie. Terrified, the doctor flees. Meanwhile, Melanie remains strapped to a bed. A nearby zombie doesn't detect her presence. Zombies recognize humans only by their scent, but Melanie's scent is different. She's become something in between. Melanie manages to free herself and escapes outside. What she sees is chaos. Zombies attacking soldiers. Heavy gunfire everywhere. She spots her teacher being held by two soldiers, struggling to break free as the soldiers start attacking her. Melanie can't hold back anymore. She runs over and viciously bites the soldiers' necks with her sharp teeth. Then she collapses unconscious. The teacher catches her. Zombies surround them, but a military vehicle arrives just in time. The teacher carries Melanie inside. Doctor working on the vaccine is already there. Zombies chase, but the vehicle speeds away. The sergeant sees Melanie inside, rage filling his face. He raises his gun, fearing she might infect someone. As he aims, the teacher steps forward. "Don't shoot! We'll drop her off." She opens the door and lets Melanie out. Melanie walks to a corner and sits down. The doctor pleads with the sergeant, "Please understand. With Melanie's help, I can create a vaccine. She's our last hope to save humanity." The sergeant agrees. Melanie is tied to a chair on the vehicle's roof and fitted with a special mask. After traveling, the group stops by a river, thirsty. Suddenly, a large horde of zombies attacks. In the chaos, one zombie bites a soldier. The soldier isn't allowed back on the vehicle and soon turns. Now, the group must flee on foot. After many hardships, they finally reach New York City. Searching for food, the sergeant scans through binoculars, seeing zombies standing motionless outside stores, like metal statues. He advises the group to move silently through the horde, wearing the scent-blocking cream and staying quiet. They carefully sneak past the zombies and reach an abandoned building. Melanie is restrained inside. The doctor sits before her. Melanie asks, "Who am I? Where do I come from?" The doctor explains, "When this terrible infection spread worldwide, babies born to infected mothers like you were second generation. You can think, reason, and survive in this infected world. You are my last hope to create a vaccine to save humanity." That night, everyone stays in the same abandoned building. The next morning, as they get ready to leave, they see a bunch of zombies lying asleep below. Melanie says, "Let me handle this. I can go down and clear the way." The doctor, worried, says, "If we send you down there, you might not come back." Melanie replies with confidence, "I'll come back. I want to be normal, like all of you." Melanie goes downstairs and catches a dog. She brings the dog among the zombies. The smell wakes one zombie, and the rest immediately swarm it. This distracts them and clears the path so everyone can escape safely. Outside, they see piles of zombie bodies with roots growing through them. From those roots, a massive plant has taken over the building. The doctor explains this is the fungus's next stage. Giant seed pods have grown. She says if these seeds get released into the air, humanity will be wiped out fast. Not a single person would survive. While exploring, they find a military lab powered entirely by solar panels. They all move in, but soon everyone's starving. One of the sergeant soldiers says, "I'm going out to find food and leaves." Meanwhile, Melanie says, "I'm hungry too. I can smell you all." So they let her go outside as well. There she catches and eats a bird. After a while, Melanie hears strange noises. She peeks inside a nearby house and sees several kids just like her, second-generation hybrids. One kid signals and they all head outside. Melanie realizes these kids are going to attack the soldier out looking for food. She runs back to her teacher and says, "There are others like me. They're going after the soldier. We have to save him." Meanwhile, the soldier finds a store stocked with canned goods. As soon as he steps inside, he sees some kids already there. Suddenly, they attack and kill him brutally. At the same time, the sergeant, teacher, and Melanie arrive. They realize their friend walked into a trap. Melanie says this was a setup too. When Melanie steps out of the store, the same kids who killed the soldier are waiting. The sergeant raises his gun, but Melanie stops him and walks right into the group. Their leader, holding a baseball bat, steps forward. Melanie fights him. Using the handcuffs on her wrists, she cleverly cuffs him and then kills him with his own bat. The other kids, scared, back off. Melanie safely brings the teacher and sergeant back to the lab. Inside, they find the doctor wearing a gas mask, the lab filled with toxic gas. She'd released it herself. Everyone passes out from the fumes. The doctor's plan was to use Melanie's brain to create a cure, but Melanie stays conscious. She says, "Doctor, I'm faster than you. If you try anything, I'll bite you, and you'll turn into a zombie too." The doctor replies, "I want to make a vaccine from you to save the rest of the world. Do you want your teacher, the one you care about, to turn into a zombie?" Melanie says, "No, absolutely not," the doctor says. "Then you have to sacrifice yourself." Melanie agrees and asks, "Am I still alive right now?" The doctor answers, "Yes, you're still alive." Melanie realizes the future no longer belongs to humans. It belongs to her new generation. Humanity is almost wiped out, and the fungus is about to spread through the air, wiping out the last survivors. With this understanding, Melanie decides not to sacrifice herself. She tells the doctor, "Stay inside. That's your safe place." Then Melanie leaves. The doctor follows, but on the way, the same kids appear and kill her. Melanie reaches the massive plant grown from the zombie roots, a plant with special seeds that, if released, would wipe out all humans. Melanie sets the vines on fire to stop it. Just then, the sergeant arrives. Melanie says, "Why did you come out?" "I had sealed the lab tight because the air is now toxic." The sergeant becomes infected. Handing his gun to Melanie, he says, "I want to die human. Please kill me." Though heartbroken, Melanie honors his wish and shoots him. Back inside the lab, the teacher stands in shock, looking at the changed world outside. The next morning, Melanie returns with all the kids, the new generation. They follow her lead now. That same teacher begins teaching them, just like she once taught Melanie, how to speak, read, and understand the world. And with that, the story ends.